sometimes it's usually like 40 seconds, I think.
Yeah, I think it's about that, maybe a bit more.
Mhm.
Are you streaming audio, by the way? Because I'm not getting any of the stream.
I should be streaming audio.
Refresh.
I think we're good now with the layout and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So do we just start now? Right? Quasar, you can probably start talking now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kwazrr. I'm gonna show this run. I'll try to explain almost everything we do throughout the run. But I think we can get started.
Yeah, also, hi, I'm gonna be helping Quasar commentate here, and yeah, time starts when he selects his character here, so I guess 3, 2, 1, and go. Right, so Quasar wanted to explain some things first on his own, but he's gonna have an autoscroller here for about 40 seconds, so take it away.
Yeah, so this autoscroller takes a bit. In the next room I'll be using the glitch that we'll use throughout the entire run to hit debug doors that it has left in the game. So we can end levels early or go to the next room early. This will be done by getting infinite height by using the Grey Lady, which is a specific ghost character that we found a glitch for that just allows you to float infinitely. You can activate it by entering a room in the Hogwarts castle, which also has the Grey Lady. So we think there's a sort of state you're in, or the character gets when you enter that room. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just gonna fly up infinitely. This is gonna take a bit, and I'll try to hit a really precise debug door in the air.
Yeah, this one just relies on basically Quasar counting, so it's really difficult. That's why we start with this level in speedruns. No real visual cue, just kind of have to hope to get it.
I missed it, and I
hit the one too far.
Yeah, I hit the reload trigger.
So there's actually two doors, and one of them is like supposed to play a metro, but it just kind of glitches out the level. So you need to, and it's a little bit higher than
yeah, I'll
than
just
that one to end the level.
need to try and recalculate my time because my timer's like in a different spot now. I usually fly up at the exact same time. Okay, nice. That's
Nice.
pretty nice that I got it. But yeah, every time you miss it, you lose about 40 seconds.
Yeah, so now Quasar is not gonna really go in a kind of like a sensible order. He's just doing his round that he usually does in speedruns. In speedruns, we start off with 8-1 because it's the most kind of level where it's really easy to just to miss the trigger because it's really difficult. This one is the second one because a similar thing. So he does need to. So there's another bounce door to skip the first room. Here he needs to do another piece of tech called freeze clipping. This is the most broken glitch in this game. Allows you to clip through every single wall using the Glacius spell. And now he's gonna do the Grey Lady Flying again to get to the end of this room and try to hit another out of bounds door to skip the whole snake boss fight, as you can see here. Very nicely done. And yeah, we do like to do that level second because if you accidentally pop in bounds on that boss fight, there's no way to recover it because there's like a weird force that pushes you in bounds.
Yeah. In the first room, I also used Fang for a bit, which is a character that just has faster movement speed because he's a dog, but it's not something that we'll use a lot. There's one auto-scroller that gets sped up a bit when we switch to him, and we always have him in our character wheel.
Yeah, the thing about this game is that in free play you only need because most abilities in this game are just like tied to some spells that each character has. So you don't really need a lot of characters in this game to like beat levels. So you only have about 6 of them, and they all of them get picked in every single level. So you always get Radiant, you always get Grip Hook if you have, you always get Fang, and you always get Snatcher. So yeah, it's really cool that we just get consistent characters. He's another out of bounds door. This one has a really weird setup. It's kind of it's really hard to see where you are, but yeah, nails it really well. And another out of bounds door here. I'm gonna hit in a second. It's above the vanishing cabinet in this room.
Yeah, in the second room there, I got a really insane freeze clip. It was really fast because these freeze clips can sometimes take up to a minute if the game just doesn't want you to go through the wall.
Yeah, freeze clips are a very good and useful piece of tech, but also they're really bad because they are FPS dependent and they are RNG. It is a completely 50-50 per frame which direction you go. So sometimes you just might end up going in the wrong direction and not through the wall for a while. And that was another out of bounds. This one is behind. This one is where you would expect it. It was just behind that gate. So here he's not gonna do the door because this room is really quick, and you do need to freeze clip out to be able to hit this one, and this room just takes like 20 seconds without it.
Yeah. Normally you freeze clip right here using 1P2C, which Seed can maybe explain a bit more.
Oh yeah, sure. So I believe kwazrr is doing controller keyboard for this game, which is the most preferred one, I believe, for this game. It's mainly just to make some freeze clips easier, but yeah, 1P2C, 1 players, 2 controllers, we did explain that yesterday in case you're not in the loop. It's the way these runners control 2 characters with only 1 person playing. And it's really overpowered. Like, without 1P2C, freeze clips are basically not possible, so it's just basically required. Yeah, another freeze clip there because he has to get an out of bounds door here, and everything is boxed in this room, so you do need to clip out. And it's just over there, and that trigger is actually really huge because you can hit it in like a couple different spots. And the last one here to end this level, really nice. Really quick level.
Yeah.
Because of the Grey Lady Flying, this category, so this category, free play in this game, has the history of being the worst category for the longest time. Basically, replay, story, and free play in this game just used to be kind of the same thing. And I would honestly say that replay story was even better because in some levels you had more than 2 characters. But now because of Grey Lady Flying, which was found just before LEGOthon last year.
About a year and a month ago.
Yeah, that's when it was found. And now it's just a completely unique category, similar to the trigger rushes in the later 2.0 games.
So I'll just fly over these bushes, and I'll switch to Fang for its small movement boost, because we just walk over the...
Yeah, and now another out of bounds door here to skip the Bellatrix fight right above here. This one is off screen, so you kind of need to use the the sky as reference, but there he gets it really nicely.
There's a pretty easy visual cue that I use, using the
Yeah,
bright
with the
clouds.
stars, I imagine. Yeah, or that. Also, what he is doing, what Quasar is running free play restricted. So for those of you that don't know, this game has some really, really high FPS tricks. Mainly pause flying. That's the huge one. It just allows you to kind of infinitely soar through across some gaps. It doesn't matter that much in free play, but there is one particular skip, one particular room in this game we'll see later on that the game just doesn't give you free play in. Like even if you're in free play, it just acts as replay story. So the only way to skip that room is with this pause flying tech that restricted bans that tag because it requires really high FPS. So we'll not be seeing that particular skip, but we'll be seeing a ton of skips nevertheless. And here, this room is completely boxed in and everything around you is kill planes. However, if you go on this plane, you get in a state that ignores all kill planes. So...
Oh, switch twice.
Yeah, what he can do now is kind of switch characters, which will make him die and respawn him at 0, 0 coordinates, because he doesn't have a respawn point by jumping on the plane. And now the other bounce door is behind here. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I flew slightly right to adjust my camera so I can easily see the trigger.
Yeah. So next level, yeah, 7-2. This one, really bad beginning because there is a free slip here, pretty inconsistent one. Hopefully it goes well. But yeah, another level where Great Lady Flying will just completely break everything. You will see.
Yeah, there is a pretty long auto-scroller at the end, so that's, I think, one more use for using Fang. That was a really good freeze clip, by the way.
Yeah, that was really nice.
This one is also pretty bad most of the time.
Yeah, the main reason free slipping is not obsoleted in this category is because some rooms have ceilings or doors inside of an object or a wall that you just cannot get behind. So yeah, that was another out of bounds to skip the whole ambush boss fight. That one saves like 4 minutes. It's insane.
Yep.
That boss fight's really, really long. I mean, most of these doors save multiple minutes, but that one is especially really nice. Yeah, like you said, Fang movement to the end of this level. This one just ends right here in this elevator. And I believe this was the first game to feature kind of this newer free play where it doesn't outright skip cutscenes. It just lets you skip cutscenes like you would be playing a replay story, which I think is honestly nicer than the earlier games where it just like took you from one room to another without a cutscene. I don't know, that's just personal preference, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be going for the room to skip here?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, cool.
There's also most of the first cutscenes in levels are automatically skipped, but there's some of them that just don't get skipped. Mostly the first level of the movie.
Yeah, the ones where it plays a cutscene in the same room as the level, they don't get skipped. I think that was the case. But yeah, out of bounds door to end this level just behind that chimney. And that one is really tricky if you don't know where it is, but has a really good setup for it.
Yeah.
This one, like I said, free slipping not obsoleted everywhere because this one is inside of a wall behind a wall. So you need to clip through one wall, and then you need to clip through another wall to get to that trigger. That was a really quick level.
But most of these setups are positioning your camera in the same exact spot every time, and just flying away from a specific object.
Yeah. Fortunately, all of these triggers are just placed in very nice locations. Like, a lot of them are kind of where you would expect them to be. You will see that a lot later on in some levels. I guess this one is a very great example of that. There's 2 out of bounds doors in this level that really, it's really kind of like obvious that they should really be there. This first room is just an intended door that he has to fly to.
Something I'm also doing is whenever I drop out, my player 1 automatically jumps, which I can use to switch to the Grey Lady, and I gain height immediately. Because if you're the Grey Lady just on the ground, you're not able to jump, so you can't initiate the floating.
Yeah, it's the dropping out to jump thing is kind of like a keyboard glitch that is in a lot of LEGO games that they didn't really fix until very late on. So yeah, this is the first out of bounds doors in this level. It's just behind like the end of the room. Makes a ton of sense for it to be there. This is a free slip here he has to do to get into the Chamber of Secrets. This one is okay. I guess this one is fine. For me, this one is like annoying, but yeah, each free slip is different for everybody in this game.
Yeah, FPS changes a lot. Some of them are just better with really high FPS, some of them need medium, and some of them need a bit lower FPS.
Yeah. And that other bounce that he just hit there, it's also where you would kind of expect it to be. It's just above the end of the level. And that one you hit going downwards, which makes it a lot easier because you don't need to set anything up, you just need to fall down into it.
Yeah.
So this is the first example of an unskippable, or quote-unquote unskippable room in this run, I think.
Yeah. The second room I'll just do casually, I'll just do the puzzle. The first room is connected with the other room, or like this room is connected with the other room, but it's really far away and it takes about the same time to fly over there compared to doing the puzzle normally.
Yeah. When the Grey Lady glitch was discovered about a year ago, this was one of the first thing I was really curious about. And because this, yeah, like kwazrr said, this room, the next room are all the same map, but it's so far away that I was actually timing this, and it's the exact same amount of time to get Terra flying than to just do the puzzle. And if you just do the puzzle, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, you can see me dropping in here, which skips camera pans. If you drop in right when the camera pan starts, this gets used a lot in the any percent run, and Pirates of the Caribbean also has this. But just lets you move earlier, because I think the camera pan ends when it's directly panned on Harry again, but if your camera is already on Harry, it just ends and gives you movement.
Yeah, it's also a really, really cool glitch that just kind of saves this game, to be honest. This game without those camera pan skips would be quite a lot worse, because there's a lot of... This is like, I guess starting with LEGO Pirates, they really started doing a lot of camera pans in these LEGO games. And the first 3 of those like 2.0 games have skippable camera pans fortunately. And yeah, another out of bounds door here, he has to cross this really huge wall, and then the trigger's kind of like inside of it. So you need to turn around at a good time. That was really good.
Yeah. If I go too far left, I'm back in bounds and I need to fly over the wall again.
Yeah.
It was actually gold, so that's pretty nice.
Wow, nice. Yeah, without that 8-1 disaster, I think this would be really, really close to PB.
Yeah, I'm ahead of PB right now.
Oh, you are ahead, okay.
I've saved time in almost every single level now. Apart from the first one.
So here, every single room in this level is the same map, which means room 1 and it's technically room 4 are on the same map, so he just clipped out of bounds the first room with a freeze clip, which, yeah, this one is really annoying sometimes. And once he gets clipped out, he can fly straight to the end of room 4 that has the out of bounds door behind. Also where you would kind of expect it to be.
Yeah, this is also one of the worst freeze clips.
Yeah, this one can just kind of snowball sometimes.
You wanted to reset, but I got out of bounds.
That's my favorite thing about freeze slips, where you just give up on the freeze slip and it works on that attempt. It's happens a lot than it should. And yeah, he goes behind the wall in room 4 here, and behind the painting is the door.
If I clip and bounce there, I lose a lot. But yeah, that's a big time loss.
Yeah, that level is unfortunately really bad for this, for free slipping, but moving on, 8-5, we will not see any free slips here. This one, so both room 1 and room 2 have really easy triggers to hit. In room 1, the door you will see here is actually inside of a very, very thick wall. And fortunately, there's this... Oh, missed the camera, skip there,
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Dropped in too early.
There's this really cool extra in this game called Fall Rescue. And what Fall Rescue does is, when you hit a kill plane, it's, instead of dying, it just launches you to your last respawn point. And yeah, so if you set your respawn point behind the door, and then Fall Rescue in front of the door is gonna take you right straight through the transition to the next room, which is really, really cool. And also, even without the extra, this is something we found out semi recently, is even if you don't have the Fall Rescue extra, the ghost characters, such as Grey Lady, just have Fall Rescue. Interesting thing.
It shows that I'm ahead of my PB, but I don't think I am. I think I entered a different level that I was supposed to and golded by a minute. So
okay.
I needed to enter 7-1, but I don't know what I entered instead. Wait.
Oh, you played 6-6. I think. Oh, okay.
Wait. No, 6-6 was
I can check your splits.
Before 8-3.
4-8-3, right.
Yeah.
7-2. I don't know what you did after. I might have just skipped a level, honestly. So yeah, I need to play 7-1 still. But
yep.
Yeah, this is 7-6. This one,
Pretty bad.
yeah, I need to do this really bad free slip to hit an out of bounds door. Then the second room is way nicer. Second room is actually possible in story even to hit the door because it's a really good spot. And this one, it's really difficult to find a reference for because everything kind of looks the same and it's really easy to mess up your camera.
Yeah. I think my camera's a bit off. Yeah, I'm just gonna fly around. And you can also see me switching characters really fast, so the character icon comes back and I can kind of know where I am. Yeah, I don't know where this is. Nice.
Wow, yeah. That's kind of the same thing that happened in my PV. I just didn't know where it was, just started flying around and it kind of works. And yeah, this door just behind, or not behind, below the floor there. So yeah, do you know which level you, like, messed up?
I may have entered 6-1 instead of 7-1. Is what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, I think that was the case. Yes.
So
because you definitely played
switch it
6-1
back
for 7-2. Yeah, so okay. Keeping track here. So this is the level with the unskippable room, but
yeah, it's the very last room, which has a pretty long boss fight. So the difference between restricted and unrestricted is about half a minute. Really close to half a minute. But yeah, what we do here is die with both characters, which just teleports us ahead of the auto-scroller.
yeah, and that out of bounds is just chilling on the arch and really easy to hit. And yeah, this boss fight, normally what unrestricted runners can do here is they can fight the first phase of this fight with this fire snake dragon something. After that, you can do something known as a freeze clip launch. So you can, if you freeze clip into very specific collision, you can kind of get a launch because you're like halfway in and out of a floor. And this launch is really consistent when you have enough FPS, but Yeah, so restricted just bans the freeze launch and the boss fight to be able to skip this room. Because, yeah, for some reason you just don't get free play in this room. You get Dumbledore and Harry, which are the replay story characters. Fortunately, this boss fight is not long.
Yeah, and the camera
It's
always
just-
glitches out here.
Yeah, it's just kind of a lot of nonsense you need to go through. Something you'll notice here is there have been some camera pans playing that he didn't skip with the, like he skipped that one, but he didn't skip a few of them because it's just everything is bottlenecked in this room, and the camera pans just don't matter if you skip them or not.
Yeah, so if I skip them, I need to drop back out again, so that loses about a second every time. With
You just
these
kind of have to throw. Yeah, go ahead.
throwable objects, with fast magic they spin really fast and stuff, but you can also release them early, which just saves time. As long as they're spinning fast enough, you'll auto-release them, but if you release them like a second before it still hits the boss.
Yeah. And like I said, not a very long boss. We just need to throw 3 objects here at the end to end the fight. Just kind of waiting for the last one. After this, we will be seeing a longer level, kind of the same length as this one. You're going to 5-1 now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So now he's gonna play the very first level of the game, and this one, yeah, really broken with Great Lady Flying, as all of them. This first room and the next room are on the same map, but again, it is just not faster to fly to the end of the second room. It's just better to fly to the end of the first room and beat the second room normally.
Yeah, this is a pretty unique level. It has a lot of different things that you need to do that don't happen in other levels. Like, you need to trigger these Dementors, and you can do it really fast by just killing the first 2.
Yeah, and for some reason, story only thing, if you just run past the Dementors with Dudley, specifically, it ends the room. But it doesn't work in free play, it doesn't work in story with Harry, it only works in story with Dudley. We do not know why that is the case, it's just like, specifically in story with that character, the wall doesn't exist, and you can hit what's supposed to be the out of bounds door. But yeah, this is an auto-scroller, one of the very few, and this one's a true auto-scroller. There's nothing you can really do to speed this up. This one is really good. This is one of my favorite auto-scrollers to ever exist, just because it has so many studs, and in any percent, it's a blessing, because you can get around 30k in this one alone.
Yeah, and it's also not too long, and you can shoot a lot of things to keep you busy.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
nice.
that out of bounds door there also hit going down, and that one's really huge.
Forgot the camera pan skip here.
Yeah, this camera pan skip is really difficult. You need to call in on like the first possible frames. And this room, before Great Lady Flying was found, this one was especially annoying just because this room has some weird property where it just kind of just switches your characters. For absolutely no reason, if you're on the ground trying to play this level, it's gonna switch your characters every now and then. And with Great Lady Flying, you just can go over everything and don't have to worry about that. Now, this room here does have an out of bounds door that he's gonna hit. However, this one is unique because it doesn't get activated until you finish most of the room, and it is inside of the wall behind the lift, right there in the middle. So yeah, he has to give the item to the guy, and now he can free slip through this wall and hit this door. Hopefully. Nice.
I waited a little bit to be sure that the door was activated.
Yeah. It's like you need to give the item to the wizard and then you also need to wait like a second. It's really weird. So yeah, now on to 5-2. This one features 2 different free slips, unfortunately, and you need to 1P2C Grey Lady Fly here. Fortunately, this is easier than it looks.
Yep.
You really just need to hold the jump button to be able to fly, so easily 1P2C'able. Now he's gonna have to clip through this door.
Oh. Okay. Need to manage my spells because the purple spell actually changes when I switch characters.
Yeah, it likes to default itself to the Wingardium Leviosa. So yeah, here, this is another example of a ceiling, of a room with a ceiling. So out of bounds door here is behind, or sorry, above the ceiling. So you don't need to clip through a wall and then go above the ceiling. Like that. And it's also a fun fact, if you go like out of bounds here, a lot of objects just kind of deload in this room. But yeah, that's the door, and that actually, so that whole level is supposed to, you need to kind of give items to 8 different people in order to finish that room, or in order to finish the whole level. So you can't just skip to room 2 and finish room 2 normally. You need to, if you skip to room 2, you need to also do room 2 skip, which is why that door in the second room is really huge. Speaking of huge doors, there was one he just hit there in that first room, just by flying up, and that room is like solid 1.5 minutes of doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Oh, and I forgot about this one.
triggers with setups, and there's also just some of them that just based off feeling. There was one where you just go off a feeling where you go up. Whenever you don't see your character, you still go up for about a second and then just move forwards.
Yeah, and this is an unskippable room. There's an out of bounds door here that exists. It's unfortunately in a kill plane, and we don't have.
But there's not really a consistent setup yet. sometimes I use this. That's probably too much forwards. Yeah, I don't know what's happening now. Okay, now it
there
works.
we go. Yeah. Room 2, really straightforward here. Just need to go above the bubble and the door is literally right there. And now we get an auto-scroller, and this auto-scroller is... if he decides to shoot here at the Death Eaters, he's actually gonna get a ton of studs really quickly. This is a glitch in this specific auto-scroller. If you just kind of start shooting at the Death Eaters, all of player 1 studs get kind of multiplied by your FPS. So, yeah, you can very quickly get True Wizard here normally. Also, really easily can surpass 1 million studs in this room if you have a really good PC. Only got a couple there by not shooting a lot, but yeah. That one auto-scroller is what makes 100% in this game a really good category, because you don't need to worry about studs after playing this level for any more of the run. You just get all the studs you need. And this out of bounds, there's just behind cake here. It's also really big out of bounds door. It's basically like, I don't know, like if you see how big a Lego character is, that one's like 4 Lego characters put side by side. It's really big for some reason.
Yep, this last room in this level has to be the shortest one. As soon as it loads in, it's basically gone. If I got this correctly.
So room 1, there's another bounce door right behind that wall. You can just fly behind, and then this one right there above the ceiling. And this one is just placed in bounds above where you spawn in, and yeah, that level is 20 seconds if you play it correctly, which that was basically 20 seconds.
Yep.
Really quick level. The second shortest one, not quite the shortest one, but almost.
Shortest room.
Yeah, for this room, for sure. Now on to 6-5.
Another really short one.
Yeah, this one, yeah, room 1 is just an intended transition. Now in room 2, it's gonna hit this mid-short trigger intentionally, just to get a better spawn in. And now he can fly from this rock to the end level door.
Okay.
In this, yeah.
Just using the layers of leaves on the tree.
Yeah, that's what I used to. Okay, so that was 6-5. Now we're on to 7-4, which this one has an unskippable room as well. This is the lake level. Not kind of like the Black Lake in like Harry Potter Years 1-4, but this one features kind of a long room 1 with inside of the water in the lake. You need to retrieve the sword of Godric Gryffindor.
Yeah, so we can't really skip this one. We just have to do it normally. We're gonna be using a lot of camera pan skips to save a good amount of time.
Yeah, so the problem with trying to skip this one is, first off, the Glacius spell does not really work, and also this is a completely 2D room, and the door is kind of in the 3rd dimension.
Yep. Collision underwater is really bad if you have your players close to each other. And when trying a camera pan skip, if the second player is not pushed against the ground, they cannot drop in.
Yeah. I believe we have a donation.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a good amount actually. We have initially $25 from Raffo. Another $15 from Raffo, saying incentive Lego Star Wars Complete Saga all red bricks stop minigame, so building up on that one, which is good to see. And $20 from incentive Lego Batman 3 all red bricks. I didn't know someone had that name, but whoever you are, we'll be sure the money goes to that. Thank you all.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you for the donations. Also, if you donate around, I think it's only like, actually, let me just quickly check. While I'm checking, he's gonna do another out of bounds door right here to skip this. To
Slightly
skip
too
basically
late.
2 rooms. But also there is the next run after Quasars, the LEGO Star Wars 2 co-op, any percent co-op. It has the TOW Death Star extra incentive. If that gets met with only missing $25, that gets met, that means the co-op guys will have to buy a cosmetic extra somewhere along the run. So if you want to see that, make sure to donate.
Yep.
And put it in towards that incentive.
There's only about 3 levels left, so be quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, this door's really bad. I'm trying to go forwards as soon as the arm gets over the longest branch, but it's pretty precise. I usually struggle with it a bit, but yeah, this run has been quite the show.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of these are working, to be honest.
It's a really small
remember
trigger.
Don't remember this one being really bad.
Yeah, that's slightly too late, I think. But yeah, I can't really save it, because if you stop moving the cameras, the camera like slides a bit further, which messes up the setup. Okay.
Yeah, oh, there we go.
Finally.
Right, so after this level we have, I believe now it's 7-5, which is supposed to be one of the longest levels, but has an insane skip that skips
a really long
whole section. Yeah, a whole room that normally is basically an auto-scroller. Also, is this the second to last level? Because
there's 2 more levels after this.
What's after this one?
8-2, and then it's 8-6, which takes about 20 seconds.
You didn't play 8-2 yet. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this room, normally you're supposed to go to upstairs to the infamous Free Brothers section that everybody loves, and that isn't just a 3-minute auto-scroller walking in a straight line. But yeah, turns out room 1 and room 4 are the same map, so if you just clip out and Grey Lady fly to the end, you can complete this room without doing the Free Brothers section, which is really good, not just because it's a long room, but it's because it's a bad room. Honestly, the Free Brothers section should just be a cutscene, not a room, but yeah, it is what it is. Fortunately, we can skip it now in the speedrun.
There's a clip in the next level, which is pretty difficult and not always included in the run, but I'll just try and go for it.
You can clip at the bottom of the room, by the way.
Yeah, is it more consistent?
It's pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah, just go down to the second room and clip out there. But yeah, this room used to have a really cool strat in this first room, actually. We found a free play exclusive launch to skip all of this room before, like around a month before Grey Lady Flying was found, that just obsoleted this. But yeah, now you can just fly to the end like that really easily. Yeah, now this room, there is some bad spots for this visit, but yeah, this one is really easy if he gets this. That's out.
Oh, almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's way better.
Yeah, that was one that I found while routing 100% of this game. And yeah, the other bouncer's just behind this kind of red wall. And now this one used to be known also. This one is another bouncer that's really easy to hit also without Grey Lady Flying. It's just behind this wall. But yeah, it's way easier now with Grey Lady Flying, and that is the second to last level of this run. Now he's gonna play the last level, 8-6, which is only about 20 seconds.
Yep.
Because the first room and the last room are also on the same map. So you can just kind of fly to the end and hit the auto bouncer that ends room 4, and that's the whole level, which you'll see here.
No, it's also used in any percent and it's not too difficult. It has some out of bounds parkouring, but this level basically never gets played.
Yeah, no, we don't even play this room in 100%, or this level in 100% really.
So yeah, time is in. Well, if I can hit this door, time ends. Nice.
And time. So that was,
Not
yeah, that was
too
speed.
bad.
No, absolutely.
Was not good, but apart from like 2 or 3 levels that I struggled in, the rest went pretty smoothly. And hopefully everything was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed commentating a lot. Thank you for having me again for commentary. I will be back also with commentary later on in the day. But for now, thank you everybody for watching this first round of the day 2. And now we're gonna have LEGO Star Wars 2 80% co-op for you. So take it away, host.